Hello and welcome everybody to another Secrets of Strixhaven draft video. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are out of being a percentage gamer, but we need to make it back to the triple digits. I think we can do it in this draft. Now, before we hop in, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you are in the market to buy some booster boxes of Secrets of Strixhaven, or you wanted some singles for your collection or constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, head on over to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. They're also going to be at MagicCon Las Vegas. Swing by their booth, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Alrighty, I admittedly have been having some success off these videos by drafting aggressive decks, and we actually opened two of White's best rares. Practiced Offense and Antiquities on the Loose. Don't really have to consider any of the other cards. They're both amazing. I don't actually know which one's better. Well, the insane part... The insane part is that the person I'm passing to is going to end up in white, which sucks. Create 2 red and white tokens, then if the spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a +1. So this is better in red-white, and this is just always good. I mean, they're both so good. Alright, I'm going to take the Practiced Offense here over Antiquities on the Loose. I think it's very close, and for me, the tiebreaker is the fact that maybe I can splash this, or I can play it in a deck that's maybe less heavy in white, and I can play, you know what I mean? Like the other one is a stronger card if you have more white sources, but I think it's really, really close. And I'm even checking the win rates on these cards. Antiquities on the Loose is slightly worse. I mean, we're looking at 65.6% versus 65.3% win rate, so super close. The Nita Form Conciliator is actually not very good. It's not one of the really good repartee cards. So for me, I'm kind of looking at Killian's Confidence versus Tome Blast. This one is good in the Silver Quill decks, I suppose. But I think the Tome Blast is overall slightly stronger. So let's go with the Tome Blast. But, you know, if we do get past a bunch of Silver Quill cards, we can move in that direction as well. All right, well, we got a Silver Quill Charm, so I might just go ahead and take that. That card's very, very good. Again, I thought it was close between Tome Blast and the other card, but the Charm is excellent. As far as Boros cards go, there's, or Lorehold cards, there's Spirit Mascot and Expressive Fire Dancer. Spirit Mascot's also pretty decent, but definitely worse than Silver Quill Charm. Erode is here. It's fine, but I will say it's not as good as you think because you can't really play this card early. It's playable, but I don't think it's a bomb. So let's take the Silver Quill Charm and try to put something nice together here. Mardu is probably not a color combination I'm interested in going, so, you know, I did have success with a pretty nice Silver Quill aggro deck previously. I think I have a pretty good sense for how you should draft that deck, so we're gonna maybe try to put something together here. This pack has lots of decent playable cards. We have Witherbloom Charm, Living History, Feed the Swarm, Tester of the Tangential, Shattered Acolyte, and Melancholic Poet. So this is another pick. I'm not going to take Feed the Swarm. I think this is fine, but I think I'd rather take a creature. And the question here is, do I want to take Living History for red-white, or do I want to take Melancholic Poet for black-white? I feel like black-white might be a little bit more open, but it's close because Living History is also good. And I think for the black-white decks, we already have 2 spells. It's really, really important, I think, to be able to curve out. And Melancholic Poet, I think, is the best of the 2-mana commons with repartee on it. So I'm going to take the Melancholic Poet and try to set up a nice Silver Quill aggressive deck. And then now we have a pack, of course, with a bunch of Izzet cards, or Prismari cards, Elemental Mascot and Visionary Dance and Campus Composer. But feels like it's I feel like I want to stay this course instead of doing something like this. Ennis is not that good. I've played with this card before, and oftentimes it's just like a 2-mana 2/2 at best. I actually think Rehearsed Debater is better. It's not like I love this card, but I'm just going to take this to try to piece together a good Silver Quill deck here. One of the most important commons for this deck is the 1 mana 1/2. I believe it's the Elite Interceptor. That's going to play out as probably the best common in the format. So that's just something that we're going to be keeping an eye out for. And we continue to see, I will say, we continue to see, we're not seeing Silver Quill cards anymore, and we're seeing like spells cards, Elemental Mascot and Proctor's Gaze. So I could take the Proctor's Gaze, but I'm going to stay the course. Let's take Terramorphic Expanse. This is just a decent mana fixer anyways. But it does look like maybe the people directly to my right might not necessarily be in aggro. We don't know. But the people across the table are certainly, you know, playing something along these lines. All right, it does look like, given that we see the late living history, we might be wanting to move back into red-white. So I think I'm going to take this over Group Project. Actually, Group Project's also good. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the Group Project. Living History might be a little bit better in red-white. It's close. They're like somewhat close, but this obviously is just good in black-white as well. So let's go ahead and take Group Project. All right, pack 1, pick 8. Social Snub. Okay, certainly. I mean, Pursue the Past is currently performing as the best common in the format. So it does feel like Boros is a little bit more open here than Silver Quill. Social Snub isn't very good. Pestbrute Sloth is actually an excellent creature, but just kind of hard to play in a base white deck, right? This is a 4 mana 4/4 reach. When it dies, you get 2 1/1 pests, which is just really, really good value. There's Quandrix Charm here as well. So Quandrix also looking to be somewhat open, but let's take Pursue the Past. And, you know, I know we drafted a Lorehold deck already, but at the same time, it's like, I need to try to play my seat, right? And try to put together what I think is open. And certainly, you know, with that Pursue the Past, it feels like red-white is more open than black-white. Stand Up For Yourself is just a really good removal spell. And we certainly need to pick up more creatures. Now that I'm in red-white, I kind of wish I had the other rare, but it's not like this one's bad. Like I said, the only problem here is that in the next pack, I think white is going to be cut off. Now, that being said, so I feel like pack 2 is going to be kind of tricky. Not everybody, you know, like reads signals and moves off of things. So, you know, if the person I'm passing to, and for good reason, it's a bomb. If the person that I'm passing to ends up in white, then pack 2 might be tough. But Spirit Mascot with that few cards left is also a really good sign. So let's go ahead and do this. And we certainly need to play more creatures here, but at least, you know, it does feel like Lorehold is... Well, we open Antiquities on the loose. Well, there you go. Colossus of the Blood Age, also really good. Pursue the Past. Like, I'm looking at cards that I'm hoping to table. It's like a Johnny's Response, Pursue the Past, or Colossus would all be welcome additions to the deck. Realistically speaking, I'm probably going to get like a Goblin Glassrite, but yeah, let's go ahead and take Antiquities on the loose. So opened 2 of white's strongest rares, which is obviously a very, very good sign. And does this make spirits? Oh, this makes spirits. Oh, this is a spirit too. Yeah, I haven't really taken a look at the spirit count of my decks just because, I mean, this is my first time with Antiquities on the loose, right? All right, stock up. Obviously can't take. Dawning Archaic can be cool in like a spells deck here, but for us, given that we're looking to be red-white, we're just going to take Wilton the Heat here. And I mean, this is, again, I fully expect this to be kind of a tough pack. We're just going to be trying our best here to pick up as many playable creatures as possible. Yeah, we're seeing all Quandrix cards. Look at this. Literally all blue and green cards. Also, there's what? 5 uncommons? Still weird. Let's take Charging Strife Knight here, though. Nice way to fill up the graveyard. Our creature count is kind of low. We're on 4. But we have, of course, the Rehearsed Debater, which I like a little bit less when I'm drafting Lorehold, but it's playable. All right, pack 2, pick 4. We have Summon Dromedary. And because I feel like I'm going to be a little bit light on playables, I don't think I can just take Great Hall of the Biblioplex. There's Summon Dromedary, Tablet of Discovery, Tome Blast, and Expressive Fire Dancer. All right, so this one's kind of a crazy pick. But I'm going to take Expressive Fire Dancer. I already have 5 spells. And so I think it's just really important for, especially a deck with like Antiquities on the loose and stuff, like I just think it's really important to respect your mana curve and I'm looking to be a little bit more aggressive here, so let's just take the Expressive Fire Dancer. Now we'll take a removal spell here. We'll take the Heated Argument over the Goblin Glassrite, just because this one is, I think, a lot worse, and this is a nice way to trigger things to exile from your graveyard, and then dealing 2 damage to your opponent's face is also nice, so... Just kind of going back and forth here. Here we'll take Practice Scrollsmith over Pursue the Past. Pursue the Past is also very strong, but this card's awesome, and a creature. So I'm going to go ahead and take this here. Pyretic Ritual? That's nice. We're going to take Group Project. Wow, look at this. There's a Wander Off and an Imperious Ink Mage and an Inkling Mascot. So a really good aggro pack, but we're obviously happy taking the Group Project here. Make a bunch of spirits. We're still only on 7 creatures, but we, of course, can play the 2 here on the right. Yeah, I mean, this might be a crazy pick, to be honest. That's one of those instances where it's like Tome Blast is a much better card, but I'm drafting like a red-white deck with, you know, trying to go wide with a bunch of creatures, and I only had, what, 2 2-drops at the time? And this is a totally fine, solid, playable card in a red-white aggressive deck. All right, we'll take another one here. I'm not saying it's awesome. I'm just saying it's playable. Oh, Pursue the Past tabled. All right, so that is a good sign. That means there's a lot of Silver Quill drafters here, but we're happy enough with that. And look at this. I mean, we're not even necessarily trying, but we have 7 spells already. Seize the Spoils. What does this say? Target creature becomes prepared. I don't know. With a double white card, I think it's super unlikely that I play Sky Coach Waypoint. I mean, to be honest, I think it's super unlikely that we play any of those cards. This is kind of the setup here I like so far. And then, of course, we can always play the Debater. Yeah, I mean, this is a weird draft. And this is what happens, like... gosh, what do I take? Maybe Snarl Song on a Splash? I don't know. Oh, wow. Tablet of Discovery Table. This card is excellent. I don't know how good it is in this deck specifically, but yeah, like when basically almost nobody's drafting green, then all of a sudden everybody's fighting for all the other archetypes, and then all of a sudden you're just like light on playables. Soaring Stone Glider is pretty decent in red-white. Steal the Show is fine. But this is one thing, by the way. Remember, I don't know if any of you drafted Murders at Karlov Manor. Early on, people were taking all the cool flashy cards. You're looking at all the uncommons here. Sundering Archaic's cool. There's a lot of good stuff here. 6 uncommons. This is crazy. But at the end of the day, if you saw a Novice Inspector in the pack, you take the Novice Inspector if you're white. That's what I'm going to do. Elite Interceptor is the new Novice Inspector. It's great. Wilt in the Heat, Pursue the Past is fine. Last Cast. I mean, this is a great and very deep pack, but I do think the Interceptor is better than the Soaring Stone Glider. By the way, Antiquities on the Loose with Practice Scrollsmith is an amazing combo. I had my opponent literally beat me with just those 2 cards. I wish I had the second one, but you know what? It's fine. It's not like this is a bad card. We'll take Group Project here. 3 Group Projects. So this is, and of course, having more 1-drops makes this card even better, right? Just gives you the ability to flash this back even quicker, right? Like you can play 1-drop into 2-drop, like the Group Project, turn 3, play a 3-drop, and then just flash it back immediately. All right, is there a creature? There is not a creature that I care for. Duty Beyond Death is okay. Wow, late Sanar. There's a Pursue the Past, Rehearse Debater, and Tackle Artist. I mean, we do have a fair number of spells. I think I'm just going to take Tackle Artist. I already have a Rehearse Debater in the sideboard. And again, Pursue the Past is a much more powerful card, taking creatures. Like, I don't think I'm interested in drafting... I'm not interested in drafting like a Boros control deck. I feel like, I don't know, it's weird because like, I feel like when I try drafting the Boros mid-range / control decks, the issue is whenever I play against the blue decks, they just go over the top of a lot of my stuff. So I feel like you might have more success by having a slightly more proactive strategy. So that's what I'm testing here, okay? All right. So yeah, again, I'm going to take creatures here over removal. Quillblade Laureate versus Stone Docent. This card is decent, but I actually don't have a whole lot of exile payoffs, to be honest. I do have the Spirit Mascot, and I feel like having a Double Strike as an option sometimes can be nice and versatile. So let's go ahead and try the Quillblade Laureate here. And then now we can take the Soaring Stone Glider. I'm certainly going to play it. Late knockout maneuver, but of course nobody's green. And where should I put this? I'm a dreamer. I'll put it in the 3-mana slot. Look, I got turn 2, Pursue the Past. Turn 3, Soaring Stone Glider. Bam. The really nice part about Tackle Artist and Expressive Fire Dancer in this particular deck is I have 3 copies of Group Project, which is a spell that makes creatures. So that's really, really nice. We'll take Shattered Acolyte. I don't think Strife Scholar is good. I don't think you should put this in your deck most of the time. 2 toughness is not where you want to be in a format full of Tome Blasts. So anytime you spend 3 or more mana on something with 2 toughness, it better do something when it enters the battlefield. Oh, hop to it. I'll take that. All right, well, I mean, all these tokens certainly also super nice with Practiced Offense, right? Oh my gosh, what is this pack? I think I could probably use another removal spell. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's take a 5th removal spell now. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know that I should play all of those, to be honest. Like this, yeah. We'll figure it out. I'll put some number in. Last pick knockout maneuver. Yeah, so this was the issue. Everybody was fighting between like blue-red, black-white, and red-white. Like people were just fighting between 3 decks. And then that makes it so that like you're just going to have trouble, right? Those are the only other cards I think I'm considering. I don't think I care about this 3-drop. I think I have enough creatures, but whatever. Let's put it in and see what we're working with. We're on 12 creatures, but remember we have triple Group Project. So those all count as creatures. And then, oh, Antiquities on the Loose also counts as a creature. So yeah, this thing, oh, and hop to it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, Debater can definitely go. The Tackle Artist, certainly something I can consider here as well. You know, as much as I like Tablet of Discovery, this does not feel like a Tablet of Discovery deck. This is a Boros aggressive deck. So let's just make sure we recognize that and draft accordingly. All right, so I think because I have all the 2s, I think Shattered Acolyte's probably the worst of my 2s. 8 2-drops seems pretty good. And then I can decide, now my final cut is between the 3rd copy of Pursue the Past. I think I'm going to play the Tackle Artist because that gives me 15 creatures. Pursue the Past or like cutting a land. Like if I play 3 Pursue the Pasts, is it okay to cut a land? I mean, I top out at, what, 4? Maybe 5 mana here? So maybe I can just do that and just cut a mountain? Sure. Let's try it out. All right, now before round 1 starts, I wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join a great group of folks also looking to up their limited game. Lots of discourse on the Discord, talking about all kinds of Strixhaven strategy. If you want to get in on the action, check it out. Alrighty. On the play here, no 2-drops. I do have Pursue the Past and Antiquities on the Loose. All right, let's Pursue the Past. Discard this Plains, find some action. I mean, you discard when I have the 3rd land. It's like my curve is really low, and I'm just likely to find more lands after I rummage, right? All right, let's go Antiquities on the Loose. And this Practiced Offense is obviously going to be very, very nice. Oh, wow, this can be a really good turn. So next turn, I can go Group Project, flash it back, and then cast Wilt in the Heat on something. That's a fantastic turn. Okay, they're not going to attack me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this definitely Group Project. This is amazing. Let's kill the Strife Knight. Then if I get to 6 mana, I mean, all of these get +2. I mean, this is just ridiculous. If they play, what is it, Artistic Process? Process? That would be bad. 2 damage to everything, but yeah. Next turn, if we draw a land, we can go like Fire Dancer into practiced offense. Yeah, it looks like they have a good Boros deck. Living History, Stone Docent, and Charging Strife Knight. Excuse me, I'm so used to calling the color combinations by the ones that we use for literally every other Magic set. Sometimes I forget to call things by their school. Okay? It'll happen. What can you do for 1 white mana? +1/+1 counter and vigilance or something? No, okay. Alright, so this is an interesting turn. 5 mana available for the opponent. I have practiced offense. Or I can just, like, play Expressive Fire Dancer. Alternatively, I can just, like, kill this. No, I'm just going to play this. Let's be real here. The reason why this is so good is if I don't draw a land next turn, I can flash back the practiced offense for 2 mana and then cast Wilt in the Heat, right? So just given like our mana constraints, it just makes a lot of sense. So, all right, well, we drew our best cards and yeah, won easily. That's what happens when you draw your best cards. Hard-hitting strategic tips. Subscribe for more awesome information on Strixhaven Limited. All right. Opponent on the play here, we have an awesome hand. Oh, Hanjin. I've played this opponent a couple of times. What's up, Woody? Although this is the first time I think this might be recorded, so now, of course, he's definitely going to just destroy me here. Although my hand is awesome, so it's not like I can complain. All right, we have an Is It Gamer, Landscape Painter. And I'm going to go Group Project. The reason being is next turn I can cast Antiquities on the Loose, and then flash back the Group Project, and just build a super good and wide board. Also plays around Essence Scatter, which is pretty nice. Now, given that my opponent is, you know, like they're playing against a Boros deck, I think you don't want to attack me here. Let's play Antiquities. Group Project. Yeah, I mean, this is incredible, obviously. Uh-oh. Hit me with the oops. Oh, did he have a bounce spell? Oh, a removal spell. Sure. Oh, yeah. Should have killed a creature in response so I don't flash back the spell. Yeah, that makes sense. 4 cards in hand. Couple of options here. I can either go for practiced off. Whoa. Oh, they played a 4/4 this turn. Fair enough. Yeah, so like obviously if I have a removal spell here, it'd be really good. Like a Wilt. This turn would be nice. Oh, Elite Interceptor is also really cool. Well, lots of good options. I kind of want to just play like 2 2-drops, and then next turn play Practice Offense plus Interceptor if I need. So yeah, let's just keep playing things. 4 mana 4/4, my only weakness. So I mean, we have a lot of outs here. Like the Pyroclasm card would be very good, or the 4 damage to each creature rare. But like next turn, just being able to pump my entire team, that would make the Expressive Fire Dancer a 4/4 for that turn. But yeah, the Stadium Tidal Mage would still be kind of annoying. Of course, if I draw land, then I just play it and flash it back, and I probably just win the game. Right? Because then I can just give like this double strike and, I don't know, one of these other things double strike. And I have the double striker here, so they can't really attack with the Landscape Painter. Wow. All right, I mean, obviously I'm just taking this damage. That's a really big blocker there that you are attacking with. So perhaps this means that the opponent needs to like draw some action, like draw lands or whatever. But of course we are very happy because it's going to just, in general, it's going to be pretty hard from this spot for me to die on some crazy attack back on the next turn. So take the damage. If they, you know, they might still play another blocker, that's fine. Or if they play a singular removal spell, that's also okay. Okay, discarded Visionary's Dance. No blocks. Presumably there's like a large creature coming. Oh my gosh. Well, let's... Alright, let's think. Yeah, I'm just casting and flashing this back. I mean, they could obviously easily have like another removal spell here or something, but just I have 5 creatures. They're all going to be bigger than the Landscape Painter. I fully expect them to kill one of my creatures. Vibrant Outburst would be very good, because that would stop 2 creatures. Yeah. All right. So now this might change things. 3 cards. Nah. All right. So opponent takes 10 damage. They're at 10. Our board is still overwhelming, right? We have 3 4/4s and a 3/3. And we have the ability to give something else double strike next turn and tap something down, or cast Heated Argument, right? And now the 2 damage to everything is not an option. The only thing that like really destroys us here, I mean, there's obviously a lot of cards I don't know about, but the card that I'm thinking about is the 4 damage spell, right? 1 blue, blue, red, red, 4 damage to everything, which would kill their Tidal Mage. So it's not like I would be out of it, but it would be one of the few cards that would absolutely destroy them. Wow, they discarded Artistic Prowess, Process, rather. That's funny. I mean, what can they do here? I'm just going to keep up Heated Argument, I think. I mean, I could have cast Antiquities on the loose and put more counters on this, I guess, but I think keeping up the Heated Argument, giving myself the ability to kill the Tidal Mage seems nice. They need to kill 2 creatures here, right? Like, if they just kill any singular creature, they still die. And if they kill 2 creatures, like, if they kill these 2 creatures, they still die to taking 8 damage plus Heated Argument on the 4/4. Run behind, okay. Sure, I'll bottom it. Hey, this is impressive. All right. But our hand was simply far too good. Like, you know, it looks like he had a totally fine Izzet deck, but we drew, once again, when I draw my 2 rares, it's just going to be really hard to beat it, right? And both of those rares are just ridiculous. Yeah, like I mentioned before, there are some Avatar vibes in this format. The rares are really pushed, and there's like a pretty big gap, but at least we have it this time. All right. Keeping this, we only have a creature. It's the Spirit Mascot, but we have Practiced Offense. Hopefully we can find some more creatures, or we can maybe rummage into some creatures because we have 3 copies of the Rummage spell. Ooh, Quillblade Laureate or Spirit Mascot. I'm actually not sure which one's better there. Environmental Scientist, okay? One of the best uncommons in the format. This card's just amazing. I don't really need to go into too much detail why. 2 mana for a 2/2 that draws you a card? Yeah, that's a good Magic card. Next turn, very, very likely to cast Pursue the Past. Actually, there's a decent chance I just cast Practiced Offense. A lot of it will depend on what their follow-up here is. Looks like they're on some kind of Sultai deck here. Or multicolored green Converge deck. Which does do pretty well against the Boros midrange decks, but sometimes we'll get overwhelmed by the control decks. Okay, Landscape Painter, and yeah, we should... this is not ideal. So if I cast this... I mean, it's not bad. It gets in for a lot of damage. Like, I cast this, give this double strike. This already has double strike. They have to double block the Laureate here, which we're obviously more than happy with. Alright. And I get it from their perspective, like they just want to keep the board clean. Sylvan Library, that's not a good one. What do I want to do here? Yeah, let's play the Fire Dancer. Let's play this. Double strike. Alright, so our opponent is at 4 life. I have 2 basically lethal-ish creatures. If I draw a land, I can play Heated Argument to deal some damage. And then I also have Stand Up For Yourself to get a blocker out of the way. So, just another good aggressive draw. Our opponent had a fine start here, but we keep drawing a practiced offense with creatures. That's a good combo. It's a good combo. Fractal Anomaly. Ooh, that's a nice interaction with Sylvan Library. That's really good. They get to play 2 things here. So now that's a Colonian Tackle. And we have 2 things we can do here. I don't know which one's better. 3 cards in hand. Because they could have the Indestructible spell. Is there a 1-mana kill spell? I don't... Oh no, this isn't lethal. What am I doing? They're at 4? Alright, so let's just go for the win. Alright. Okay. Also, it's like, given that they're playing like a Sultai value control deck, it's unlikely that they play the black combat trick, but you still have to just weigh out the options. You know, Royal Treatment is also a trick that they could have, but they didn't. We have been drawing extremely well so far, and we're 3-0. Alright, we are climbing the ranks, folks. Slowly figuring out this format. Or, you know, drawing my rares, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. This is an interesting hand. Probably turn 2 group project, right? Turn 2 group project, turn 3 hop to it flashback. That's a nice start. Although, alternatively, like, Expressive Fire Dancer turn 2, and then just, like, consistent flurry of spells is pretty good, too. Elite Interceptor, okay. Let's get Mountain. Oh, Spirit Mascot's also really good. Wow, I have... Hold on. This is like... I have so many good, reasonable lines here. I'm gonna play the Mascot just because... if I don't draw land number 4, it just guarantees that I can get the counter on it next turn. I miss out on like a temporary point of damage, but this gives me a better chance at being able to, you know, just ensure that I get the counter off of this. Potioner's Trove. Wait, this is not what I expected based off of their start. Okay. That is a Soaring Stone Glider. Do I just play that? Just a giant flyer, and then I can hit with the Spirit Mascot too. Look at that. Terramorphic Expanse for the win. Missing out on a land drop's obviously bad, but now it's like, I have a pretty good board, and for them, it's like, they really want to find a way to get the Stone Glider off the battlefield, which will, you know, maybe slow them down just a little bit. Obviously, if we can find our Pump Our Team spell, that would probably just win us the game on the spot. This next turn, if I don't draw a land, we have some interesting decisions. We can go... like, pursue the past and try to find a land, and then play Group Project. I don't think that's terrible. Strixhaven Sky Coach. Oh, they can crew it up? Yeah. Okay, so we did draw the land. In which case, I just want to play a bunch of creatures. The way I look at this is if they want to eat 2 of my tokens, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? But if not, they're going to have to block my 4/3 and they take 2 extra points of damage. Yeah! Yeah, I'm channeling my inner aggro player, right? You would not have expected me to make that attack. Please don't cast Artistic Prowess. Snarl Song. Ooh. That's really, really good. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so I have a Practice Scrollsmith, but nothing to play off of it. I have Pursue the Past. which I should probably fire off. They can block 2 things, or they can block 4 things, and they can take 3. All right, I don't really have great attacks here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no, that was really good. Snarl Song, fantastic. Yeah, no good attacks. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the single best ways to stabilize against an aggressive deck, right? They gained 4 life and made 2 4/4s for 6 mana. Sweet deck from a high mythic ranked player. This is like a nice converged strategy. White base, so yeah, triple elite interceptor, sure. So yeah, it's cool to see that like this is another thing that you can pull off in this format. Okay. They do have like a trillion mana up, so this makes me not really want to... which one is this one? It's this one? I kind of just want to Tome Blast this thing. Okay. And again, because they're leaving up so much mana, I'm just going to attack with the Fire Dancer. Like, trading this for a 4/4 is fine. But I mean, look, they didn't even play the tap spell, right? Like, they just have to have some kind of kill spell or whatever. Yeah, so... we sniffed that one out. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Let's play the Laureate. So now I have the ability to give my 5/5 double strike. Also, you know, they could have considered killing my Spirit Mascot, but they chose not to. And this is where a card like Pursue the Past really helps. Where it's just like, we have, you know, a lot going on here. Wait, what is this? They're splashing this card? Okay, so they went really deep. Oh yeah, they went super deep. I respect it though. This deck looks super duper sweet. Very, very sweet. Yeah, I don't really... Okay, so we will kill this. Yeah, sure. It's fine. I mean, I was going to kill this anyways, and I'm still going to exile something here just to deal 2 damage to my opponent's face. But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, another removal spell there. This is going to be tough. It's going to be... This feels like a very tough matchup. Look at this, Colossus of the Blood Age. Whatever this is, this Naya Black, like, I'm sure their mana doesn't work all the time, but when it does... It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that this is something that you can do in this format. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to discard Wilt in the Heat, so... 2 cards left in hand, though. Maybe they're out of action. Tome Blast there. So, Twofold Intent now gone. They're gaining life. Goblin Glassrite. They might attack me with Colossus. Now that, like... Okay, this is really good for us. Because, you know, they want to, like... So now, this thing has First Strike. So what we do is we block. Let First Strike resolve. Then Wilt, and then that'll exile it. So they don't draw any cards, I don't think. Nice. All right, we are grinding away, right? We are absolutely trying our best here to get every, you know, to grind every little piece of cardboard that we can. Let's kill this 2/2. Let's play the Interceptor. Hey, I mean, you know, if they're out of action, like, we're still, you know, we're not, like, super behind. But, like, they obviously have way better top decks than we do. Oh, that's really bad. That they get to eat my Pursue the Past here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really, really needed this card. So, I mean, we still have outs, though, right? Like, we have, of course, the +1/+1 my team card. That card's going to be very, very important. There's Antiquities on the loose, but this one's a little bit awkward because I don't, like, I want to be able to flash it back, right? So I think I'm just going to cash this in. Maybe we can find a removal spell of some kind. We did not. Or wait till I get to 9 mana, which is a lot. But if I can wait till I get to 9 mana, play this, and then flash it back, my opponent probably loses. Let's play Group Project. Then if the spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is, or basically there's two things, right? Either I wait till I get to 9 lands, or I find a way to kill the Dust Speaker. I've used Wilt into Heat, Heated Argument. I've used a lot of removal. 2 Heated, Hop to it, okay. Oh my gosh, we just drew Practiced Offense. That's a Stirring Hope Singer. Their deck is incredible. But guess what? So is ours. One card. Let's go for it. I mean, if they find a way to not die here... Well, actually, they have a couple of 4/4, so that's good. Those are going to eat my 3/3s. No, one of them can eat my 3/4. Yeah. And then there's going to be like a lot of chump blocking that needs to happen. Okay, so they're not dead, actually. The thing is, if I double strike like my 3/3s, they can just eat the other 3/3s anyways. You know what I mean? So... Alright. Wait, why didn't they block with the Hope Singer? Whatever. Alright. Hey, that was an epic game. I'm shocked that we actually managed to grind them out that way. It's the staying power of Boros, but that was a really, really cool deck from the opponent. Alright, on the play, 2 mountains and a bunch of removal spells. We will mulligan that. I'm gonna keep this. Don't know what to bottom here. It's probably just Pursue the Past. I mean, it's a good card. We have 3 copies of that, though. I want to hit my land drops. And I want my interaction, and I want to be able to go 1-drop into 2-mana creature. So. Alright, Sanar, okay. Oh, it's a good draw. And I should get a white source with Terramorphic Expanse because I have the 1 white spell. But we are going wide, but this is of course a really nice blocker. If they play like a decent sized blocker, then of course we can, with good power, we can of course kill it with Stand Up For Yourself. But, you know, if not, we're still reasonably happy with this spot. The real question is whether or not I should like flash this back, but that's giving up a lot of damage this turn. But a lot of it comes down to what they choose to play here. They're just passing with a bunch of mana up, which doesn't make me happy. I want to draw land. And this forces them to cast a spell. Quick Study? Sure. Okay, we did not find a land. 6 cards... I should flash this back. I mean, I'm giving up 5 damage, though. But I think board presence is pretty important, so... let's just go for it. 2 damage to everything would be very good. We probably just lose on the spot if that's what they have. Alright. I'm thinking they have the make a 3/3 thing. Nope, never mind. Just a removal spell? Yeah. Okay. Another removal spell? Look at them go off. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna play Pursue the Past. I really want to hit a land drop. I'm trying to figure out what I want to discard, though. I'm gonna discard this. Come on! I mean, that's just super disappointing. You know what I mean? That's super disappointing. It is what it is. Okay. I think they have like Essence Scatter, maybe. I don't actually know which one. Alright, they did. I think this is better. But that's why I didn't play the Tackle Artist. If I draw land number 5, I can like practice Scrollsmith something and then play Wilton the Heat for 2 mana. But yeah, I mean, they just have a classic Prismari control deck. We stumbled a little bit there, but I think we'll be maybe okay. Let's target this. It's, Homesickness. Kill you. No more treasures for you. Alright, I mean, we're still putting good pressure. Again, if at any point, our deck is very weak to the Pyroclasm card. Next turn, though, we have lots of options to spend our mana. We have, like, Pursue the Past, which, of course, I'm going to want to cast, and then we have Twofold Intent. If I find land number 4, then, of course, I can play the Tackle Artist as well. We still have a decent offensive squad. There, it's a Stadium Tidal Mage. That's a really good blocker. So now I'm going to be looking for removal here. Lands, am I right? Yeah, I don't care. Let's play that, discard this. Found a lot more lands. And now we have to decide what we want to do for this turn. They're at 8 life. Now we don't really have a great attack, so I think it's probably best to just play Tackle Artist and set up for a big attack next turn. Obviously, if I found a removal spell or something, that would have been nice. But this is a really big board, and this gets counters, so next turn, like, I can play 2 spells. So that's going to be a 6/5 Trampler, and then I can use the Twofold Intent to target, you know, one of my 2/2s, for example. And I even have the option to cast Pursue the Past, so lots of good options, very big board. There's a lot of things that they're going to need to answer. Like, they kind of want to kill Tackle Artist, and they kind of want to kill the Laureate. If they kill this, and they block this, or I can double strike this, I mean, it's still going to be lethal. So they're going to need to play, like, something that deals with multiple creatures here, I think. Second Plains, what you got? Crackle with Power? That's in the set? Okay, fair enough. Okay, Antiquities on the loose. That's good. All right, so as I outlined earlier, if I give this double strike, they block it and they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Just enough. I mean, look, here's the thing. I mean, they cast stuff every single turn. Generated a bunch of mana off of Sanar, but we just kept the gas going as well with a much, much better board, right? Like, they're spending, you know, like, casting 3 mana to cast Quick Studies and stuff, and we just go underneath them. So, like I said, I think there is, like, a rock, paper, scissors metagame developing here. You have the aggressive versions of your Lorehold and your Silverquill decks. I think those decks do very well against the Teamer, Izzet, card draw, nonsense control decks that go over the top of everything else. However, there are mid-range decks, like the Witherbloom decks, or the slower Lorehold decks, right? The more controlling versions of the Lorehold decks. I think those decks do very well against the aggressive strategies. However, I think those decks are weak to the, you know, blue, draw a bunch of cards, blue-red control deck. So, yeah, I mean, it's a classic, like, aggro is generally pretty good against control, and then the control decks are good against mid-range, and then the mid-range is good against aggro. it feels to me like that's what's happening. Although generally speaking, I don't think I want to be in the mid-range side of things, right? But that's what it feels like, at least within the 10 drafts or so that I've done. All right, on the play here, 3 planes, Elite Interceptor, hop to it. I'm going to keep this one. You know, I don't like... Obviously, keeping a hand with all of everything of one color is not great, but if I don't draw a 2-drop here or a mountain, I can play... what is this? Is that a word? Rejoinder? Come on. Who's ever used the word rejoinder in their life? And if you say you have, you're just lying. All right, Shattered Acolyte, sure. All right, we drew a bunch of planes and red cards. Not really where we want to be. Playing against Silver Quill here. Let's find some mountains, please. Melancholic Poet is excellent. All right, there is our mountain. Very, very clutch. Clutch mountain. Let's go charging Strife Knight. And we can't attack through their 2/2, so... Now we're probably gonna be trying to play the role of the control deck. And, you know, build up a decent board, rummage through our stuff, and try to find our 2 rares. Let's discard Pursue the Past. That's a Tackle Artist. Let's play Tackle Artist. Still not really in position to attack. The 1/1 gets in, yeah. I mean, that is a legal attacker. Lecturing Scorn Mage. All right, they're setting up, you know. You play a thing, I'm in trouble. All right, Group Project. We're both going wide. I need to find some interaction. What do I want to kill, the Poet or the Scorn Mage? Okay. I do have Wilt in the Heat here, so I can kill something if I wanted. But let's start things off with Pursue the Past. Alright, found some action. Spirit Mascot. I mean, the thing is, like, is this even that big of a deal? They have 3 cards. It's not a big deal for now, so let's get Spirit Mascot going. Then just battle. Okay. I like that it's only this thing that's attacking. It indicates they likely don't have a lot of targeted spells. Alright, let's get this planes out of here. Alright, we found Group Project. I will play Group Project. Alright, this Tackle Artist is getting huge. This should pump the Spirit Mascot as well. Alright, I mean, I think it's reasonably okay to attack with Tackle Artist still, so let's go ahead and do that. And then if they kill it, they kill it. Yep. Yeah, the only thing for me that I'm not sure of is like whether or not I want to kill this Lecturing Scorn Mage. 2 cards. Alright, let's kill it, I guess. I don't know if this is good. I will be the first one to admit that. I get to spend my mana that turn, I get to rummage and Pursue the Past next turn. But if they play like a big thing, then we're going to be in trouble. And they did. But we're at 19. It's not too bad. And we can gain life off Pursue the Past. Let's discard Mountain, because we have the 3 mana, make 2 2/2s. Alright, we found another Wilt in the Heat. 15 to 20. I'm certainly going to kill this 4/3 flyer. Oh, maybe I don't. Okay, maybe I... Okay, so they're just blocking everything. In which case, I'm just going to kill this now. So I can pump this a little bit. And then we're just going to kill the life linker into 2/2. Okay, we're grinding. Keep the planes in our hand here and pass. Still looking for the Anthem effect. We're putting up a good fight, though, without the Anthem, because we've been able to rummage through so many cards. You know, we've rummaged away 4 lands, right? And every time I flash this back, you're, like, up a card. Quillblade Laureate. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's not that good. Like, I can just chump. Alright, let's rummage. This Charging Strife Knight is doing so much work. If they have a removal spell, they better kill it. Yep. Alright. That's a group project and a Tome Blast. Tome Blast is awesome. Let's kill you. Let's play group project. I'm just going to have this be ginormous. Play this. Attack. Alright, opponent's at 9, and we have a ginormous board. We can cast Twofold Intent, and we have the flashback on Tome Blast available. They have a cheerful Osteomancer. Also, this costs 5 mana, so it's gonna have double strike. It's crazy that they're still attacking me. Right? Isn't it crazy that they're attacking me here? Hold on, I gotta think. There's like lots of things I can do here. I can group project and Twofold Intent. Or I can just Tome Blast this thing. If I Tome Blast this thing, this becomes a double striker. So this needs to get chumped most likely. And then I attack with everything. And they block 3 things and they take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean. This is not gonna end well for them. So 2/2 has to go in front of there. Glyph Mage goes in front of the double striker, and then 2/2 trades with a 2/2, and they 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. They still die. Yeah, this is lethal. Yeah, I don't know why they attack with the 1/1 flyer. I mean, they were in a rough spot regardless, but yeah. That was an impressive game. The reason why I want to say that one was an impressive game is we played just like a nice long game, like a grindy game, and we constantly had stuff to do. And we won that game without drawing one of our 2 white rares, right? We just won by like just valuing them with, you know, rummaging, playing a bunch of stuff, and using some removal spells. So, like how that one went, 6-0. All right, 3 shots at a trophy. By the way, we went from 99% to rank 290. So, we've been on a pretty good run. But of course, I have been recently cursed. Maybe you can just say I don't have the closing gene. I haven't been able to close. All right, gonna keep this hand. We have a mountain and a plains, double spirit mascot and group project. Oh man, just being able to go like mascot, group project, flashback. Woof. That is exciting. Although we're on the draw, and of course they can just have like Essence Scatter or something. Or Tome Blast. Vibrant Outburst. Burst Lightning. So much, yeah, so much good removal. Charging Strife Knight, sure. Beat down. Sadly, I can't group project flashback Wilt in the Heat. So, because of that, either I'm going to go Wilt in the Heat or just play Tackle Artist. But of course, it just depends on what they play. They play their own Tackle Artist. Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit scary. That is a little bit scary. As much as I want to play Tackle Artist, I just feel like it's so likely that they kill this and hit me for 8. I think I'm just going to kill Tackle Artist and just attack. If I can draw a 2-drop, that would be nice. I can go like 2-drop group. Oh, never mind. Tome Blast. Okay. Tome Blast, Burst Lightning, Dex doubles. Okay. 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 Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't love this spot. Yep. Okay. What do I do? I can practice the offense, put 2 counters on this, and give something lifelink. That's not great. I think the play is to just kill one of these and then keep both of my creatures back to chump block. Charging Strife Knight. I love Charging Strife Knight. Oh, make 2 3/3s? Why did they attack me? Alright, well, look, that was a really good, aggressive hand, and there was nothing I could have done. Maybe if we were on the play, we have a shot. It's okay, 2 more shots, let's go. Alright, on the play, okay. This is a far more exciting hand because I have the practiced offense. But I'm on the play. I have Elite Interceptor. Like, anytime you have this in your opener, you're just happy. Because you just want to just rejoinder. Rejoinder. Alright, so turn 2, though. I am wondering whether or not, like, I guess, obviously it just depends on what we draw. But, like, there is an argument to cast Pursue the Past over Rejoinder, only because it gives me a much higher chance to be able to draw and play a 3-mana spell, like a creature. Okay, never mind. I'm still going to cast this, because the Rejoinder effect is actually still pretty strong, right? Just to, like, get blockers out of the way. And if they kill Elite Interceptor, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, the argument is, like, I'm down a card if I do it that way, but I think there's value in Rejoinder. I just feel dumb saying Rejoinder a bunch of times. What do I want to do? I mean, if they had the kill target tap creature thing, they would have done it already, so let's play Group Project, play Terramorphic, use that to get planes. Arc of Hunger. Oh, geez. Okay. Are they dead? Hold on, let me think here. So 5/5 Double Striker and 4/4 Double Striker. 18 damage. Yeah. Yeah. This is silly. Hey, look, they have the best rare in the format, okay? It's only fair that I combo them out here. Let's go. What a stupid card. Yeah, alright. Alright, that card is ridiculous. I'm happy. I do not regret my decision to take that one. It has largely been better than the make 2/2/2s. Wow. That... I played 2 creatures and then they just died. Oh my gosh. Alright, well there you have it, folks. I may have cracked the code here. I have not been able to trophy... Like, I have put together good Boros or red-white base decks with a splash control decks, but this might actually be my first trophy of the set. Now, you know, obviously it helps. It obviously helps that I had 2 of the best white rares in the format. All right? Absolutely. But, you know, you set that aside, just a rock-solid deck. And I feel like this type of strategy can do really, really well. I mean, 3 copies of Group Project. This card's amazing in Boros, right? One thing that I wish that I had was the 1 in a red enchantment. I think we had the opportunity to take 1, but I think we took like a Silver Quill card, right, instead. But that being said, Group Project was very, very impressive. It cares about the cards that exile your graveyard. It double triggers like your various Opus cards if you do have that in your deck. So that's really, really nice. Soaring Stone Glider is a card that's like, goes from just okay in like a Silver Quill deck to pretty solid in Boros specifically, or Lorehold rather. Really, really nice combination with something like Pursue the Past where you can run this out on turn 3. But yeah, really, really solid. I'm very, very happy with, you know, just our decision, some of the picks that we made in this draft. Let's just put it that way, because I have fallen into this trap many, many times where, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, right? Where you look at a card, you go on 17 lands, and you find out what has the highest win rate card, and you just take that card. And had we taken that approach, our deck would have had like 10 or 11 spells and 12 creatures. And that's absolutely not the way that I wanted to build this deck, particularly with the starting the draft off with practice offense. So I think this was a good example of when you're drafting, don't just always take the best card, especially when you know the archetype that you're going to be and what your deck needs. So obviously early on, yes, take the best card, like pack 1. But once you go into pack 2, you got 5 spells and 3 creatures in your Lorehold aggro, just take the 2 creatures. Take the 2-drops, okay? All the best players in the world, and I learned this a lot from a lot of the best players in the world, because for me, you know me, I love value. But, you watch, Marcio Carvalho draft, or Seth Manfield, or any number of the top-tier drafters, you'll notice a lot of the times, and I've seen this when I cover them in the booth, where I'm like, oh, they're going to take this card. It's the best card in the pack. And they're like, nope, I'm going to take the 2-drop. I know what the game plan is for my deck. It's important for me to curve out, and I'm going to take it, even though it's a slightly worse card, because if I just have a deck with 6 Tome Blasts, like that's just not going to get it done if my game plan here is to play Antiquities on the loose and practice offense and kill people. So I think this did a really good job of kind of highlighting that, and I'm happy with our decision to take the Fire Dancers, just any type of 2-mana play, just so that we had a good curve. And, I know we ended up cutting the Shattered Acolyte, but what happens if we don't get the Shattered Acolytes? What happens if we don't have the Fire Dancers, right? Then all of a sudden you end up with a clunkier deck. And if my deck had to play like Rehearsed Debater and Roaring Embermares and Zealous Lorecasters, I think it would have been significantly worse. So yeah, good result here. 7-1, nice Boros aggro deck. Holy smokes, this card is not right. Why? Okay, this would be a good card without flashback. Why is it 2 and a white? Like, it could be double white. There's so many nubs here, which would have been reasonable for limited. Maybe it's a constructed shot, I don't know. But man, this card is unreasonably strong. You're going to lose to it a lot. You're going to be upset about losing to this card a lot. And I feel you. I get it. Because I will also be upset, because there's not much you can do, right? Your opponent just plays a bunch of dorks and then play this thing and you're dead. But yeah, I'm happy at least for this draft. It was on our side. All right, first trophy in the books. Let's go. Let's get many, many more. And we are now well into the top 200s or something like that. So that's a really great feeling to be. Hopefully we can now climb our way into the double digits. The bad beats are gone, only good beats moving forward. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, head on over to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you wanted to buy some booster boxes of Secrets of Strixhaven, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, or commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, last but not least, head on over to heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. They are your place to go for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, all that good stuff to make sure you're fully ready to go for your next tabletop gaming experience. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.